Talk 560 KSFO.
It is the Savage Nation. Funny what I was doing during the break. I wasn't reading about Petraeus, nor about any of the topics I've been talking about. For some reason, I know you think I'm crazy, but I do. I was reading about fava bean allergy because I had Indian food, and I've been upset since. And I remember writing a book in the 80s called The Skeptical Nutritionist, where I talked about fava bean hemolysis, and people are allergic to it. And you know, fava beans are part of this nouvelle cuisine, started in some of the restaurants in San Francisco, Chez Panisse, where they shell fava beans for appetizers because it was so cool to serve fava beans. They knew nothing about favism. And it only happens, by the way, in people who have a lack of particular enzyme who can get favism, not favism. Favism is something else. That's a whole different... No, favism. And you can get fava bean hemolysis if you lack this enzyme. And you'll have, within a few hours, you can get, of eating the beans, an allergic reaction with dizziness, diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting, abdominal pain, and sheer prostration, blood in the urine, which turns reddish-brown to black. So who has fava bean hemolysis? Who lacks the enzyme? Male children are the most frequently affected, by the way. So don't feed your children fava beans or broad beans, incidentally. Be very careful. I know many people, oh, they're vegetarian. We don't eat meat. My children eat beans and rice. Well, good for you. Go to the next step. Well, what if you have a deficiency of an enzyme glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase? What? Well, who is that? It's a genetic trait and occurs among people of the Mediterranean region, mainly Jewish people, and among black Africans. No, that's not a racist statement. It's a medical statement. Most individuals contain the enzyme, and you're not affected by broad beans or fava beans. But you may be susceptible to fava bean hemolysis. You should know about that. Yeah, well, because Christmas holidays, very often you're going to wind up eating, weird foods, particularly if you visit relatives in California, and you get sick. Okay, and a lot of Italians eat fava beans. They think it's all good for you, but it may not be. There's a toxin in it, and that's all I need to tell you in the middle of all of this. I still have a PhD in this field, so my mind drifts occasionally back to actual science. Pardon me. If it could be of use to you, I'll throw it in the middle of discussing Petraeus and those who betrayed us,